Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Yo abusiafo yenko na yenko tie owura Kwasi Pratt Junior ne nsam a okafa eye Kenya nsensam yi a asia enne enipa atu agu kuromu a omode demonstration kesiye pa edi ataso a omode tata eye Kenyan aban se ekwan a ode omonam so no entwa yie mepese yekọ na yekutie de owura Kwasi Pratt beka say yempenifo ewa aso a omuntie so manpegina Akuffo Addo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Interior Minister Defense Minister IGP offense empenifo a eda Ghana military no se omo wa aso a omuntie ni honhom no eka kire asafo no ha aye PENDREAM TV make also be like video yi ede ama me no subscribe to the channel patrol o subscribe we are what we bia now with the comment section no ase e dey amam yankoti enkomo no emra sisia.
Mr. Pratt?
Well, I mean, there's nothing that the Kenyan government has done which the Ghanaian government has not done 3 times over. I mean, they are protesting against e-levy. It was introduced by this government. They are protesting against increases in fuel prices. We have done it here more than they have. They are talking about taxation on imports. We've done more than they have done. So if you look at their grievances, we are certainly, the Ghanaian government is certainly way ahead of the Ruto government. Now, the other thing which is important is that the impression is created, and many wrong impressions are created, but the impression is created that the youth of Kenya are demonstrating over increases in taxes. It's not true. They are demonstrating against the IMF package, the whole package. They are demonstrating against neoliberalism. They are demonstrating against the hijacking of the national economy for the benefit of the metropolitan countries and so on. It's an anti-neoliberal demonstration. It's not just against taxes and so on. It's not true. The other problem is that it started from the Western media and now it's spreading. All of us are repeating it, that it is the youth of Kenya who are demonstrating. It is not true. It is the people of Kenya who are demonstrating against bad governance. Young people are involved, older people are involved. See the videos of the demonstrations. You understand? In any case, if you look at the demographics of Kenya, 70% of the Kenyan population is under 25 years of age. So what is this thing about youth and youth? It is meant to devalue the force on the street. The force on the street is the people of Kenya who are demonstrating against what is happening. As for Ruto, I think the least said about him, the better. You know, I mean, how did we get here? The point where these are the leaders who have been inflicted on Africa. Look all over the African continent. See the kind of leaders we have. Compare them to the leaders of the national liberation movements. Look at the type of leaders we have in Africa today. It's so sad. After killing 60 people, killing 60 people, and injuring over 1,000, he now turns around and says, oh, well, I've agreed to your grievances. Everybody go back home. Let things stay as they are. They would not go back home. They will stay as they are. In fact, new demands have emerged. And one of the new demands is to fish out those who gave the orders for the killing and to hold them accountable for the killing of the Kenyan people. That's a new demand. You understand? It happens all the time. People go to the streets, they demonstrate, the leaders can say, we have accepted what you are saying. And then they find other means of doing the same things all over again and so on. The Kenyan people would not buy that. And I'm not surprised that the protest is continuing. in Kenya. And it's actually spreading throughout East Africa. It will spread throughout East Africa. You understand? Now listen, the people of Africa are simply tired with these new colonial arrangements. The people of Africa want to own their own resources and to exploit those resources for their own benefit. The people of Africa want all foreign military bases closed down on the continent. The people of Africa want to tear down the boundaries, these boundaries which was created in 1884 in Bonn. They want to tear them down and so on. The people of Africa are waking up. There's a new patriotic revolution spreading across Africa. It has happened in Burkina Faso, happened in Niger, it has happened in Mali. It is spreading. No force can stop the patriotic revolution that is building across the African continent. And the people of Africa will eventually become masters of their own destiny. The people of Africa want to build a new Africa in which its people will have access to social services, better quality education, better quality health care, access to decent housing, and so on. The people of Africa want to build that new Africa in which no child will go to bed on an empty stomach. They want to build an Africa in which people do not die of curable diseases. They want to build an Africa in which its people are masters of their own destiny. And no force can stop that from happening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is Kujochumbu Afuafa. He says, Sana, please remind the listeners that when they collect their syndicated cocoa loans, they actually intentionally cause the city to depreciate so that they can get more cedis at the depreciated exchange rates to pay the cocoa farmers. So our economy suffers more inflation. That's Kujochumbu Afuafa. There's returning with the bank.
Of caution.
Okay.
You see, there have been various attempts at mass mobilization in Ghana and so on. They have all failed. And they have failed for good reason. As soon as signs of maturation of the anger of the people emerge, people want to jump ahead, to take advantage of it, to profit from it personally and so on. And they demobilize the population. You understand? Yes, there are signs that people are getting angry and so on. That anger needs to be properly nurtured. You understand? You need to build a formidable organization, carefully build a formidable organization and so on. Don't rush and jump ahead. And anytime there's a demonstration, you see a few people clamoring to be in front and so on. Those people, yes, to some extent they are entrepreneurs, but they are more than that. They are charlatans. If you genuinely care about mass mobilization, about the people achieving the objectives and so on, take yourself out of it. When I say take yourself out of it, I'm not saying that don't demonstrate. Your own petty ambitions should not be the driver. Your own petty personal ambitions should not be the driver. You don't wake up one morning out of a dream and declare a revolution and expect that everybody is going to follow you and so on. It's painstaking work. It's mobilization, getting different segments of the society together and so on. And most of the times, those successful upheavals are not led or do not appear to have been led by the initiators. Look, today everybody thinks that Professor Albert Edubuahini formed the Movement for Freedom and Justice. It's not true. The Movement for Freedom and Justice, the initiative came from the house of Sonny Provençal, Accra Central. That is where the initiative came from. The people who initiated it included people like Professor Kwame Kakari, Akoto Ampao, Owusu Jima, Kwame Rafi, and others. Who knows them? Nobody knows them. They didn't do it for their benefit. They deliberately recruited Professor Edubuahini because of some considerations and so on. You understand what I'm saying? Today, everybody thinks that Kumi Preku is Nana Dodankwa, Akuffo Addo, and so on. It is not wholly true. Of course, the idea came from a birthday organized for him by me, Ejim Blankson. It was at that birthday that the discussions began. Near Ajiri Blanks, who even associates him with the success of the Kumipreku demonstration. Akoto Ampao and Weku Brobe were the chief architects when it came to writing statements and organizing press conferences and so on. Nobody remembers them. You understand? So this is about jumping in front and so on. If it's about your ambition, why do you want to involve me in it? If it's about your personal ambition, if you want to be seen as the Tarzan, you know, of the Ghanaian struggle, why do you want to involve me in it? So Kenya has happened, is truly providing a lot of excitement and so on. It can help in the mobilization effort and so on. But it is not about the individual ambitions of individuals and charlatans. All of a sudden, you will see them like Tarzans and so on.
Thank you. Please listen to me. Because when he mentions those names, he leaves out his own. Well, after a short break, my next story has started airing and promises to be better. That's coming from
Joe enti abusia eye Masa Kwasi Pratt ne samwa okan wo Alhaji and Alhaji so ena yakofa de abramo no moa mate de ACC e Kenya ho. In fact eno na okan no sa anyoma ACC no ebitime si e wo ba bia media de bia me ka se ye mpanyifo a wo Ghana ha no especially man panyini Akuffo Addo ene na ban wo se omo ehun se de AC ewo Kenya no ebi ebetumi asi krom ha ya ana oman mu enti bibi omo ye bia no omo ma omani enna ho sa ono oman panyini Akuffo Addo etumi elidi ana se beka na se oka organizers of Kumipreku ho a this is the same thing as Kumipreku. The AC Kumipreku time na ebi ena asi wo Kenya no saa de na asi no ebi betumi asi wo Ghana ha pepepepe metumi aka se Ghana ye ni adensin Kenya fo Ghana ha ye ka se oman a omani aden Ghana ye nkrofo bi a omo wa abodjekere omo bucherefu Ghana ye bu enfu rough na how many African counties edi can to me face abrofo G independence? How many counties in Africa? Ghana and a seti pace no ema other African counties ebe follow ye ka oman omutimi gina ye ne offense abrofo no di si ani na omutimi gi omo independence gi omo ho free abrofo no nsam Ghana. Edubi biara obey na adwene se Ghana ye emre no oboa Ghana ye nyamre o Ghana ye ni adin chen Nigeria ye ni adin sin South Africans ye ni adin esin any other African country. I'm telling you, we are very strong in terms of offense saying say yen kunje e fa hudie de don't go there. Enti se mi hu se eya na obi abetna simpie so betna radio so TV so nothing can happen na no ho ye mesere say just 1990s ya 96 mu ho 1990s ya ebisi okrum ha e ma nipa fa hu ewuye Akuffo Addo ene ka organizers ho a na omo yes ade no ena Masa Kwasi na oka no na Akuffo Addo no oka organizers no bi 90s ya yes 80s ana 70s 90s ya ebisi okrom ha oman mu ha ema nipa fa ho ewui ende obi biara obeka kire wo se ebi ntumi nsi Ghana ha no obo ase ni hu Ghana west of the Asiwo Kenyan betumi asi enti empanyifo no wo se omo mani eba omo ho so na enyoma bi omo ya emfata na Ghana de bia ye kamunja yo na still ani omo pese omo ye no one day Pɔnkɔ no bɛte praka. Na sɛ pɔnkɔ no ɔte praka. Nyinaa sɛ yɛte kurom ha. Ebi bɛka me, ɛna ebi so bɛka ho. Nea akɔ yi, apolisifoɔ so brɛ, sogyafoɔ brɛ, ordinary people ɛbrɛ, MPs ɛbrɛ, ministers ɛbrɛ, ɔmanpanyin ankasa ɔbrɛ. Yes. Wo police na auto tear gas. Say bi ko ohunim. Yes. Ebinom tutu abobo policefoɔ chia policefoɔ bro mo ne ho ade no. Say nyina ye nyina bi na ekoye ho. Nti obi ani ho a obefa no ho adi. Enti Ghana foɔ mo mamani na ho. De ekɔ no. Eno na de bi ameka sɛ Ghana ha de aboa ye paa ne sɛ yeto yani a ehu sɛ enche yebeto aba. Yes. Enti Ghana ni bia nya abotre ena odi nani ye de ehwe. Na kahyenko duru na abato no beso. Na obi be na adwene se ono de opese o change the verdict of the Ghanaian people. Nipa Ghana for aye o ma adwene se o beto aba ma no na so o mato aba ma no. Ono no de kwatu kwan ne krono ne rigging ebe wiem edi amasa nipa no. Eno na ye nyina ye behwe de be si ukrum ha. Oho na mu behunu se saa na bibi ukru wi mu. Oho na mu behu. Se muni mabufu a amanfo bu afu o mo de nam krum ha. Munni agro saa o. I'm telling you, munni saa agro no be jaidi. I'm telling you. Aha, PENDREAM TV. Mess also be subscribe to the channel. No one like video e di amame. Wa adwen kire bi so a utimi to comment section no ase. Follow and our social media handles ni so. Ni na ba bia be fa bia PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV. Yes, ye damu yopo.
PENDREAM TV ase. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.